Superman box office pressure rises as experts say DC has to save Warner Brothers. This is pretty big deal. I don't think DC can save Warner Brothers. I want to be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. I think that's a pretty tall order for DC to quote unquote save Warner Brothers. In order for DC, look, I'm going to be honest. In order for DC to save Warner Brothers,
no David Zaslav.
Well, yeah, that's a big one. But in order for DC to save Warner Brothers, you would have to be putting out the same level of content as Marvel. Yeah. Which means like 2 or 3 movies a year, a few TV shows, and some cartoons. You have to be doing that every single year for DC to save Warner Brothers.
And have like a well thought out story that's planned 6 years in advance. And you don't change your mind like you split like Batgirl.
Well, it says here, David Zaslav bet big that they can show the world that DC IP can have real value. Well, we already know it can. I don't know why he's saying that like it's not happened in the past. Arrowverse, $1 billion Netflix deal. Yep. Superman is the first movie that will set the tone. They have a tremendous amount riding on it. Experts claiming that WBD is very dependent on Superman's performance through DC. Oh, jeez. So, you know, the thing that makes me nervous about this is I want the movie to be good, but not because I want it to save Warner Brothers. Like, that's not why I want it to be good. I want it to be good because I've been loving the more recent Superman stuff we got, like My Adventures with Superman, Superman and Lois, and now we're getting this. We've had some really good Superman stuff in the last few years. So I want it to be good because I have sort of reestablished my love of Superman. It fell off for a bit because I think people found him too complex of a character to understand. And I know that Zack Snyder wanted to bring it back down a little bit with his Man of Steel movie and make people sort of feel like they could relate to Superman again. So I understand that part of it. But I felt like people didn't really understand that Superman is a complicated character, but also not complicated. Because all you have to do, if you want to write a story about Superman that people would resonate with, is remember that Superman always wants to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. He wants to try, and he's not always going to succeed. There's times when Superman fails, but ultimately at the core, Superman just wants to do the right thing. That's the type of character he is, which is why when you get these evil versions of Superman, it's so jarring because Superman, Clark Kent, Kal-El is a good person.
Yeah.
Like a genuinely good person. So that's why the evil versions always feel the way they feel. And yeah, go ahead.
I really hate when, like, my only critique in like Man of Steel Superman is it's too dark for this Superman. Like, it's a good movie. Obviously it was me and you like it. So I'm like, I do get the likeness of it. But at the same time, that's not technically Superman. Superman's all about hope, lightheartedness, a person you can hug. And thanks.
Someone that rescues kittens from trees. That's the kind of person Superman is. Yeah.
Not worship like he's freaking the Messiah.
Exactly. So that's where that missed the mark. But otherwise, I enjoyed the movie. I like the movie. But yes, that's a missing the mark of the movie. But yes, Superman as a figure is supposed to represent like the best parts of people. And it's not that difficult as long as you understand the fundamentals. The issues with this movie, I think what we're going to see with this movie is, can James Gunn balance his James Gunness and what Superman is, who Superman represents as a character? Because that's what people are going to be thinking when they go in to see this. This is a big deal.
Looking for heart more than
absolutely.
I will be like, I'll let jokes slide, here and there, but at the time, I'm looking for a Superman that has heart.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look for.
I'll be honest, it's going to be really hard to beat Tyler Hoechlin's Superman for me. I want David Corn Sweat to be good, but Tyler Hoechlin has become my Superman now. Like, I feel like he's my Superman.
He's a close second to Tom Welling.
I know you're going to say that. Right. So Neon here, this is a perfect thing. He's still a person, but aims to be the best he can to embody the best of humanity as a whole. This is the perfect understanding of Superman. And then once you understand that, then you get to play the game. Then you get to like try things and explore Superman's the dichotomy of Clark Kent and Superman. And in some ways, Kal-El. Like all of those things sort of play together. So what James has to do is he has to understand this. He has to understand this part of it and then build on that. But my biggest fear about I know you see the comment, you want to say something. I know. But my biggest fear, okay, is there's too much happening in this movie. That's my biggest fear. Do you want to comment on this one, 3Dub?
Christopher Reeve's Superman is the best Superman.
I was going to say, like, you're probably going to not agree with
I'm
that,
like,
but
Superman 2 is the best Superman movie ever. There's no comparison.
What version, the Donner cut or the original?
The Donner cut did give a little more.
I love the Donner cut. I've watched that one more times than the original.
Did give a little more time for the scenes, but the straightforward one was pretty good. The whole him taking care of bullies at the end was hilarious. Yeah. Where he was like, "I've been working out." That's Clark Kent. Yeah. He was like Clark. You know how you can tell that he's a good Superman is the fact that you can see two different people. Yes. Because as Clark Kent, he was acting goofy. He was acting like a dork, and then he takes off the glasses and then straightens up his posture into Superman. That's full on acting right there.
So that's like the core of it, really, right? So to believe Superman in the glasses thing, you have to believe that Clark and Superman are different, and that requires a level of acting that some people have and some people don't have. And
for what I saw in Man of Steel, at the very end when Clark Kent goes to the Daily Planet, I'm like, that's just Superman in glasses. That's not Clark Kent, because he's basically looking like a cool stud. Right. And you have someone like Lois knowing you're Superman, so you lose the element of mystery.
Right.